Hi, everybody. It's Tina Paco of EmbodyTheSacred.net. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the uplifting patterns I'm seeing, especially over the last month or so. And it's something I just wanted to share because I have found it very inspiring and uplifting in these times of challenge, especially with, all of the division and what's been going on, through via our federal government in terms of, causing harm to immigrants and our fellow citizens and really causing fear and even more division than before and so many other things that are highly harmful and problematic right now. But I wanted to share some glimmers of hope. So I've talked about, and many other creators have talked about the times that we're in now, the times of change. My teachers in the Andes have talked about this time as the Pachacuti, a Pachacuti, because there have been others, where it's basically our world being turned upside down and shaken, and that which is not of uh, a greater, not for the greater well-being, is being shaken out so that we can move into this more a time of healing and a time of prosperity and abundance for everyone, a more of a golden age. Boy, wouldn't that be nice? So anyway, I had mentioned in another video the message that I had gotten the night of the 2016 election about this being the time of the goddess Kali. And then a few days later, finding this really profound message from the 13 indigenous grandmothers. It's here on my channel, and you can find it a few videos back if you didn't get a chance to see it. But it gave me some context and a way to process uh, the challenging events that would come through the first Trump administration. And here we are on 2.0, and it's even more harmful and problematic. But we're going to get through this. It's just, really horrible how many people are going to suffer and probably die because of us going through all of this. So we need to keep that in mind. So we can be optimistic, but still we have a lot of work to do, is how I see it. So here, let me share the good things and then maybe some steps that we can take after that. So the good things. So I'm sure most people have been watching this group of monks, Buddhist monks that have been walking from Texas to Washington, D.C., and they just arrived in D.C. today, and they're, amazing, beloved dog, Aloka, right? So to me, dogs represent, and to many others, unconditional love, um, non-judgment, acceptance. They just want to be around their people, their pack. And they don't care what we look like. They don't care what we've gotten accomplished that day. And the same thing with, beautiful Aloka. And some people were writing about like, well, who's your Aloka? Who would you walk all those miles to be with and support? But what I love in particular, I mean, I'm a big dog lover. I could go on and on about dogs, but what I love so much about these monks, and I'm so grateful to them for, besides their message of peace and their, literally walking the talk of their spiritual practice of mindfulness and being in the moment and showing compassion, profound compassion, is all of the people from all different races, ages, backgrounds, abilities, and disabilities coming out to see them along their path. So if you go in and you look up their videos on YouTube, you can see and just how touched people are and were. And again, like all different walks of life, all different races, backgrounds. How many people came out to see these monks? And I just find that so wonderful. And one of the monks was saying that someone said to him that they gave him hope for the future, that he probably would have taken his own life. I mean, how horrific. But how incredibly amazing on the other side of this that they have given us, especially here in the US, a profound message of hope for the future. And if you listen to their talks, and especially tuning in today in DC, and they've been surrounded by local clergy who are also supporting them. And I just love seeing all the different religions and religious leaders. I mean, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Religions have been used to harm and divide and manipulate people for thousands of years, including Christianity, and have caused undue harm. But if you get to those core messages, whether it's Buddhism, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, there are messages of compassion and atonement and care for one another and community. And so I just think it's so wonderful that we're seeing this in real time at such a time of trauma for the US and such division, especially coming out of the federal government. So love, love, love this whole thing with the monks. And please check out their videos and their sweet little baby pants, Aloka. Okay. And of course, Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl. All right. So I know that was a very smooth segue, but of course, that's a huge topic all over social media and all over the online spaces. And I did have the honor of watching that on Sunday night. And of course, like the first Spanish speaking artist doing his full program in mostly Spanish, we had Lady Gaga in there, which I thought was just a wonderful compliment, and loved her, how she presented herself. And you can see the videos on that. And I can't speak, of course, from the perspective as a Latina or being someone from Puerto Rico, because I'm neither of those things. So I'm not going to touch on that. And there's lots of wonderful videos from content creators from those lineages that I recommend. Please checking those out and supporting them. But what I can say, just as someone who's, grown up alongside Latin communities and Hispanic communities and have my beloved teachers from South America, they are so near and dear to my heart. Um, some of the things that I just loved that I thought were important to point out from an energetic perspective and a spiritual perspective was, Bad Bunny, of course, was it's his show. He was the focal point. However, how many times he was like dancing with the people, like he was on the same level as them. He and Lady Gaga right together, and all the musicians right there. He's on the same level, right? So it's like he's right there with the people, whether it was right in the beginning through the sugarcane fields, boy, the powerful symbolism there. He's right with the people. And then one of my absolute favorite moments was right at the end when he had all of those people come out with the flags from the various countries and territories in the American vicinity, right? Vicinity of our, the continents of North, Central, and South America and the islands, right? So he named each and every country, territory, so beautiful, from Canada to Jamaica and Haiti. That was so touching, to Colombia and Peru, right? All the Mexico, and of course the United States. But we are part of the Americas. We are not America by itself. It's all of these amazing countries. And Spanish is the foundational language after the indigenous languages of the Americas, including the land of the United States. It's the oldest language. And it just was so amazing to see. So what I feel with the monks and the peace walk and Bad Bunny and this amazing connection to the people and his ancestry, so his connection to his ancestral lands, and all like that egalitarian perspective. This is the age of Aquarius. This is that movement of the Aquarian energy. And he has Mercury in Aquarius and he has a lot of Pisces. So there's that spiritual, compassionate, loving. And what was his final message about love being, the only thing that can conquer hate, or love is stronger than hate, right? So, I mean, there's the perfect message, and it's in English on this, billboard. I'm not getting the words exact, but you know what I'm talking about. So it was the people, it was this message. So Aquarius, the sign, we had Pluto move into Aquarius, outermost planet affecting the collective in a big way. We are still in Aquarius season right now. So it's really phenomenal to see that energy playing out. Aquarius is all about the collective. It's about we, the people, the power coming from the people. And he is a man of his people, of of the Americas. Okay, he is a man of the people. He wasn't born into privilege or wealth or having daddy hand down to him, however many $1 million to build his empire. So he worked his way up right from, the beginning. So just amazing. I feel so grateful having seen that. And plus the music was just fun and very uplifting and joyful. So period. The other thing I want to bring up, which is ties in with all of this, which is also very inspiring and hopeful. And Heather Cox Richardson, our national treasure of a historian, has spoken about this. Look at how many people have come together to speak out, to help, to support, to protest what has been going on here in this country, especially, with the misuse of the of ICE and the immigration customs enforcement. We were told that they were going to be going into, the worst, gang-ridden, violent areas to pick, people who had committed like the worst crimes and, deporting them. Instead, they're ripping families apart, putting children in zip ties, shooting American citizens and killing them and killing others. So, I mean, basically, this out of control paramilitary force wreaking terror on us to cause fear. But what has it done instead? It's brought more people together. More people are going out and speaking out now from all ends of the political spectrum. Yes, our president has his, cult followers, but sensible Republicans and Democrats and independents are all saying enough is enough. I mean, we need more of our Congress people to be speaking up. I mean, we have a handful, but that's about it. And they really need to grow a pair because they are the ones that can, make a difference right now. But, it is what it is. We can't look to anyone to save us. And that really is not Aquarius energy either. It's about the people. The hierarchies are done. So, we need to move forward. We need to hold the powers that be who are responsible for this, giant sociopathic and sadistic trafficking ring. And, there are others, but, we could start with that one. We have the information. And, other countries are taking action against their leaders for their behavior. We need to see the same thing here. So, but we have hope. People are coming together. This is the age of Aquarius. It's happening. We can each do something. So whether it's, today I just took some information that somebody had posted because they've been talking about putting in uh, a possible lithium battery plant in a residential area on the water table in my town. A very bad idea. We don't have the infrastructure for that. If something, if there's a fire, it is really not okay. And so many people in my town have been banding together and speaking out and writing letters. So today I just quickly, sent off a letter to one of the committees in Hartford about it. So that was, a little action. Another action we can take is calling our representatives, the 5 calls app, which is very helpful. Can tell us exactly, I've got dog activity going on here. It's something we can do. So each of us can do something. There are postcard writing programs going on where, you can write postcards if you don't like to speak on the phone. There are areas in our communities, food banks, clothing drives, helping, our young people getting involved in schools and teaching. So many different ways that we can help each other. So we can each find something, we can each do something, but we can't do everything. So don't overwhelm yourself. Just pick one or two that you can do, and it's going to make a difference.